She my little shorty, she my little yeah. Anytime I call her, she come over here. We ain't spending time unless it's time to spend. She don't tell the truth, she rather take the day, yeah, yeah. She my little shorty, she my little yeah. Anytime I call her, she come over here. We ain't spending time unless it's time to spend. She don't tell the truth, she rather take the day. She my little yeah. She my little, she my little, she my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little shorty, she my little, yeah. She say that pussy mine, it's just me and that. She done got too comfy, left some underwear. Go ahead, choose a drawer, I made room in there. Just a picture of our hands, they don't know who they. Tell them bitches mind their business just to make it clear. Like that on that pussy, it chip like a pear. Me and you together, we the perfect pair. But she my little shorty, she my little, yeah. Anytime I call her, she come over here. We ain't spending time unless it's time to spend. She don't tell the truth, she rather take the day, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little shawty, she my little, yeah. Anytime I call her, she come over here. We ain't spending time unless it's time to spend. She don't tell the truth, she rather take the day. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. I know this ain't the first time that you heard it, niggas always lying and you tired of that. You don't need a nigga cause you got a gang. And your daddy taught you how to change the flag. Young and independent, yeah, I'm feeling that. Left you with my number, look what came with that. That pussy get wet like wearing out of bed. Fuck you on the couch and then the ottoman. But she my little shorty, she my little, yeah. Anytime I call her, she come over here. We ain't spending time unless it's time to spend. She don't tell the truth, she rather take the day. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little shorty, she my little, yeah. Anytime I call her, she come over here. We ain't spending time unless it's time to spend. She don't tell the truth, she rather take the day. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little, yeah. She my little.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys for coming to the lab today. We got a special guest here in the lab on a special day. I'll introduce him in a minute. First and foremost, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to talk about that. We got the artist here in the lab, as you already know. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the song. We're going to talk about so many background things along with that. I'm proud of this young man. I'm glad that he's felt it not robbery to come into the lab today. Everyone get your pen and your pad. We're all going to learn something. We're all going to have fun doing it. Put a few housekeeping rules out there. All right, this is an interactive live, okay? So understand, by the time that you post something to the time that we see it, there may be about a 5 to 10 second delay, so we may actually be on to another topic, but we will acknowledge all your comments, and we will acknowledge them. And if we don't acknowledge them during the live itself, we'll acknowledge them during the replay, okay? So keep your comments coming in. If you're looking for that shout out, make sure you put your name and where you're from in the comment section, and you'll get that shout out as well too. First and foremost, it's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, your favorite baker's favorite baker, Coach Clee, coming at you. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got a special guest in the lab today. We're going to have some fun. You guys are already watching. Some of you are watching from the Coach Clee page on Facebook. There's a few of you watching on the Clark Tent page on Facebook. I can't see the comments on that one. I can see the one from Coach Clee. And there's a few of you that are watching from the Coach Clee page on YouTube. I can see the comments there as well. All right. And if you haven't already subscribed to those pages, make sure you hit the subscribe button or the thumbs up button so you can be notified when we go live again, when we have a special guest. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. But right now, first and foremost, I already said that again. I'll repeat myself. It's okay. I need to know what the energy levels are. I need to know what the energy levels are like. So if you had a good day today, I need you to put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section if you had a good day today. And I don't believe in bad days. Those of you who follow the show, you guys understand I don't believe in bad days. I like to call them character building days because you can learn from them. You can grow from them. They're necessary because they make you appreciate the outstanding days that much more better. So if you had a quote unquote bad day, a character building day, I need you to put a 2. Looks like a peace sign. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day. And hopefully tomorrow's a better day for you. And if you had what I had, because I know I say this all the time, but it's true. If you had an outstanding day, I need you to put a 0 in that jumpy. Put a 0 in the comment section if you had an outstanding day. It's kind of like I enjoy these days. I enjoy these moments. I enjoy going live. I enjoy putting content out there. It's fun for me. So I'm on cloud 9 right now. It's kind of like this is a bubble, and you're right there in the middle of that bubble, and nothing can penetrate that bubble. Put a 0 in the comment section if you had an outstanding day. Let me go ahead and put my comment in. I see there's a few comments there. See, Vina's on. Thank you for tuning in. She had a good day. Daryl Brown's on. He had a good day today. Shayla's on. She had an outstanding day. Let me get my comment out here. Bam. Boom. Thank you, guys. There's Vina. Oh, there's Shayla. There's Vina. There's Daryl. Thank you guys for tuning in. Keep your comments coming. Keep your comments coming. Like I said, we're on Facebook. We're on IG. We're on LinkedIn. You see it scrolling below. If you haven't already done so, make sure you check the website out. The website, workwithclee.com. And on that website, you'll see a bunch of different things. First, you'll see the first book I ever wrote, which is March 4th. It's a motivational empowerment book on helping you find your own breakthrough. We talk about toxic people and toxic situations. We talk about taking care of yourself. We talk about health. We talk about having courage. Wonderful things are in this book. Go ahead and read this book and go get your own breakthrough. That's on the website. Not now, but later on. Again, Clarence Stokes, Herb Thompson, Jason Brown, and myself, we all wrote the second book, No Shade, All Light. It's 25 of our favorite quotes and what they mean to us. So it's over 100 quotes in this book with meaning, okay? So check this book out. That's on the website too. And the book that came out last year, #Grudge. This has been a silent popular book. I did a showcase on this not too long ago. We were at Good Brothers Cafe. Shayla will probably give a shout out during the showcase. But this book, we talk about holding on to grudges. We talk about anger. We talk about mistakes. Les Brown said it best. Holding on to a grudge is like holding on to a hot piece of coal and expecting the person that you're mad at to be feeling the effects. And instead, you need to just let that chumpy go and start the healing process. And we talk about that in this book right here, too. All right. And last but definitely not least, the book that came out this year, The Lab, which is a compilation a former guest on the show. It's 44 guests that are discussed in this book with 43 chapters in this book, 44 guests that have been on the show, and they give their viewpoints on either a business, a product, or a positive message or something inspirational in this book. I'm very proud of this book. It took a lot of work to get this book done. It's on the website too. So make sure you guys check that out. All right. Workwithclee.com. I'm going to move on. I see Cody's on. Thank you for tuning in. He had an outstanding day as well. Thank you. All right. Shayla, you ready for your showcase? We're going to be moving on to Shayla's showcase here. I know I introduce her differently each time and she calls me out about it, but we're going to be going in. So give me a couple seconds here and I will maybe not. There we go.
All right, Coach Clee. So this time you did not unmute me. Normally you unmute me before it's my time to speak, but you didn't. Anyway, let's get to Shayla's showcase. So, as always, want to thank the sponsors. Without you, we could not do this. So we always appreciate all of your support throughout the last couple of months and even the last year. We appreciate everybody being a sponsor. So we'll start off with our first sponsor. We have ImageZar LLC. So if you're interested in work from home opportunities, make sure you check out ImageZar LLC through their virtual call center. They offer home-based work opportunities that empower you to think outside of the cubicle. You can contact Kiana Palmer, CEO, and check out their website, imagezarllc.com. Then moving on, we have the Pharr Agency. So if you're somebody who avoids applying for credit or you have late payments, collections, or charge-offs, there may be a solution for you. Tiki Pharr Walker with the Pharr Agency. She's board certified and can assist you with restoring your credit. She can even help you get started with restoring your credit by yourself. Make sure you contact Tiki at www.thepharragency.com and on Instagram and Facebook at The Pharr Agency, or you can even give them a call for a phone consultation. That number is 877-297-9707. Last but certainly not least, we have Damon Buxton, owner of D2 Training Solutions. At D2 Training Solutions, they use the latest of innovating and cutting edge technology to create a unique training experience for the end user. At D2 Training Solutions, they take boring out of training and allow for fun, interactive training that can be done at the user's pace. Make sure you contact Damon Buxton with D2 Training Solutions at d2tradingsolutions.llc.com. As always, we will make sure we have all of that information at the top of the header once this is all over. Also like to give a special shout out, as I always do, to Jay Moore, because we appreciate everything he does for the website, keeping us on our toes, up to date. If we are behind with something, he will reach out, and I appreciate that because it takes a lot of us to keep Coach Klee on track. Then last but not least, I will talk about Good Brothers Cafe, which Coach Klee already mentioned. We had a book signing about a week and a half ago. And so just want to shout out just the wonderful hospitality that Stefan and his team provided us. They were amazing. The food is good. The drinks are amazing. And I highly recommend everybody stop by and check out all the books that they have. They have some greeting cards and just, I saw that they're offering salads and other things for the summer. So make sure you check them out. And then I do just want to make mention that I am very excited for this guest today because I know Coach Klee knows him and he'll share a little bit about how, but I actually grew up. This guest was actually my neighbor for several years when I was in the township. So just want to say that, and I'm ready for you to take it over, Coach Klee. Thanks.
So let me ask you a question. You did a good job. Thank you very much, like you always do. But it seems like every time you get the microphone and the platform, you like to throw shots, right?
Never throwing a shot, just being real. I like to be real. I'm the one that likes to tell it how it is.
Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind for future.
It does take a lot to...
That's what happens when you have access to the control panel. All right. You can say what you want when you have the microphone, but when you have the control panel, you can access the back and front office at the same doggone time. However, thank you guys. See Steve Moore's on. He's on the Clark Tent page. He's had an outstanding day and he's saying Steelers all day. So we all know that the Ravens have primary effect here in the lab. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everything's well with you. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to the meat and the potatoes of the interview. Why you guys are here. I hope you saw the video that played before we actually got into the live itself. But I'm going to introduce it. You see his name below. He's Earl Timothy. He's a first generation American between his family. He used to work with at-risk kids, and he's done so for a number of years. He also played football. He played football throughout growing up, and in football, he claims and he says and he explains it saved his life, and I'll let him explain that. He's coached football also, and we coached together on certain teams. We coached together on a team that we were friends, and then we went off to the Hall of Fame game in New Jersey, and we became family during an event that took place there. He's a poet, he's a musician, he's a performer, and he's got his new song, which you guys seen debut. I'm bringing him to the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a whole bunch of hearts, give him a whole bunch of thumbs up. Make sure you hit that like button, Earl K. Timothy, aka Hhym. Earl, how you doing today?
What's going on, Clee?
I'm good. Thank you for coming to the lab. Thank you for letting us sample your song. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, my name is Earl. Also Hhym, Hhym. That's my artist name. I'm a Susquehanna grown kid. Went to Susquehanna Township, played football there. Went on to Shippensburg on a football scholarship. From there, went there for 2 years and ended up going to IUP. Had a good time at IUP. IUP is a good school. And yeah, that's just about my schooling. I'm sure we'll get into a bunch of other things as we go. And I don't like how you cut off Shayla like that. That's my neighbor, actually close to me. You can't do that. I've seen that, and I don't like it. Don't do it again. See, I got you.
Wow.
I got you. I don't hold you down.
I see that. I'm getting attacked in the comments section. I'm being attacked by you too. You know, it's real fun. It'd be real funny if I muted your mic right now, huh? I'm just kidding. But it's all in fun. Trust me, she will get me back later. So it's not like I got away with that. Nah, but again, so give us a little here on you're a first generation American. Where exactly is your family from?
Well, my family is from the island of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad specifically is 2 islands, and we're from Trinidad. Um, my mom and dad met in Harrisburg, and
Okay.
when I was 3 years old, well, we lived in Harrisburg up until I was 3 years old, and then we moved out to Susquehanna Township. But prior to that, it was my mom and my dad, and then they sent for my brother Natalie. I mean, my brother Kenson and my sister Natalie, and also my other sister Michelle. And then I was born in 1990, and I was the first one actually born here in America, and that is something I'm certainly very proud of. Just my Trinidadian blood is something I represent every chance that I can. You know what I mean? It had its certain challenges at times, being a first generation American, but I think myself and my family is doing pretty doggone good for for the circumstances. And I love my country. So shout out to Trinidad, shout out to everyone in Trinidad, my cousins and my family and my brothers and sisters and my mom, of course, Donna and Timothy, Miss Donna, as Shayla would know. We grew up in Camelot. Camelot, man, I call it Camelot to this day. It's always going to be Camelot. If you're from Susquehanna, you know what Camelot is. They call it Camelot now, but you'll never hear me calling it King's Man. It's Camelot. But I had good memories there, man. It was just, what's crazy about Susquehanna Township is that.
What's that?
It's that people think Susquehanna. They think Susquehanna when they envision Susquehanna, they think about maybe up on Lingelstown or something like that, where it's real nice and pretty looking and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then kind of like if you go to live in Susquehanna, it doesn't mean you're rich or you're balling and everything is just gravy. That's something we always had to battle with as kids. When you were dealing with city kids and stuff like that, automatically thought you were soft or some way, something like that. Especially when you play football and stuff like that. Yeah. It was always harped on showing them the opposite, man. Because I see you, Shayla, Team Camelot in the comments. I see it. But yeah, man. At one point, man, it might have been 6 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment at one time. You know what I mean? And my mom grinded hard, just her doing what she needed to do and really holding us down. And her kids did really well from what we had to deal with.
Absolutely, and I know exactly what you mean because I know I'm a few years older than you, and I play in sports myself. We were told that we were the good playing sports, and you kind of had to show a different side of yourself. Wow, this is what y'all think of us? Okay, and it made you gamed harder. But I know you've worked with at-risk kids before, not only just coaching, but in life itself. Can you share a little bit about that, your experiences with that?
Yeah, so when I first went to college, I had absolutely no idea what I was going to major in. I knew nothing. I didn't have no type of guidance per se. You know what I mean? And being a first generation American, you don't have as many people before you to really show you the steps to take and what to do. Now my sister, who was a huge role model in my life, well, both of them, Michelle and my sister Natalie, but Natalie is a little closer to me in age. She went on to go to Westchester and graduated with a 4.0, and a lot of people, didn't think she would be able to succeed the way she did, having a child at a young age and stuff like that. And it was really cool to see her prove people wrong. So I'm big on dealing with adversity, and the boss at that. You know what I mean? So, but back to me going to Shippensburg, I didn't know what I wanted to do. The only thing I knew was that when I started playing football was that when I seen other kids, my upperclassmen and stuff like that, the excitement they got out of seeing a letter from a college and stuff like that. That's all I knew was I wanted to experience that. You know what I mean? No matter what school it was, when I went to my locker and there was something in there, I wanted to experience that. And that was what pushed me to go to school. You know what I mean? So when I went to school, no major, I went undeclared. But I knew that I had gotten to a lot of trouble near the end of my schooling in high school. You know what I mean? And I felt hey, the role models that I had really kind of saved me and helped me to go on to the right path. And I was okay, well, what can I do career-wise? You know what I mean? That I could do the same thing.
Right.
And I ended up going to Shippensburg undeclared, but that was some adversity there. And when I went to IUP, I decided to major in sociology. with a concentration in juvenile delinquency.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did there. Majored in juvenile delinquency. Graduated with what was I think like a 3.6 something. It was honors, which was amazing to me. I was very proud of that because in high school my grades were not good. You know, like, in school my grades were not good at all. You know, and I always like tell kids like, look, just because you're struggling in high school right now, like the complete opposite might happen when you get to college.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's different once you just find your niche and find out what you need to do, and then you mature a little bit and can really handle your business. You would be amazed at what you can do. So I majored in that, and from there, my first job with kids was at Louisville Youth Development Center.
Mm-hmm.
And now Louisville Youth Development Center, like that was one heck of an experience. Like I don't know. Louisville. You ever heard of Louisville Youth Development Center?
I have not.
Okay, well it's like up in the mountains going towards it's like past Perry County. I don't even remember where it was at, but that was an experience, man. Like as much as I love that job, I hated it at the same time because it was at a time it was like a war zone in there. Like I felt like I was more so like it just sometimes was more so like a war zone, and I didn't feel like I was actually helping anyone per se.
Okay.
You know, like the kids that got there, by the time they got there, that was their second, third, maybe even their fourth placement.
I understand.
So super duper institutionalized and stuff like that, and it was just a little harder to get through to them. Now you got through to some, of course, and you know what they say: if you get through to one, like you did your job. You know what I mean? There's some of the things I've seen and with like the staff would do, and it's a rough place. Like it could be a war zone in there, like real physical and stuff like that. I was like, man, I don't know if it's something I want to do forever per se. Wow. Yeah. And then a friend of mine named TJ called me. He was working for TJ, the director, by the way. I got to shout him out. He's actually the director of my music video.
Okay.
Awesome guy. You need a music video, type in TJ, the director, reach out to him. He's a beast. But he's a school, alternative school in Harrisburg called Camelot Education Academy. And they needed a behavior specialist. And I was able to get in there, and I really enjoyed my time there. That was, that was an awesome time. They really cared about the kids there. You know what I mean? And that was something I love to do, man. Like just being able to just teach kids experiences, and kids can see through, especially kids that are at risk or have been through some things. Like they can see through the BS real easy.
Right.
I mean, they know if you're just there to work and get a check. You're just there. You just want to chastise them. They could tell if it's warm and if you really, love them, care about them. You know what I mean? And that's something I really harped on. But you just got to break through that barrier that they have up. Just like many of us had as kids had like a barrier up. You know what I mean? And a lot of the kids, they want to see somebody that's like them, but also succeeded. You know what I mean? And one of the things that someone told me, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but
it's going fine.
One of the things someone told me at Louisville, one of the staff members said that because I was having a hard time in the beginning because they're going to try you at first. In the beginning, you got to get through there. You got to show them they're like, look, you know what I mean? You got to get there first before they respect you. The guy said, you know what it is? They call me Tim. They call me my last name. You know what it is, Tim? They see you as them. No, he told me like the only difference between you and them is that they got caught and you didn't. And he told me to use that to my advantage. You know what I mean? And then I did that. I would be real transparent, let them know some things that I went through. And they're like, oh, okay, well, Mr. Tim isn't just some square that never been through anything. That doesn't know anything I'm going through. You know what I mean? And that helped me to be able to get through a lot of kids. And that's something that I love to do. You know what I mean? Yeah,
understandable. So that kind of takes me to my next question. How did those experiences?
You broke up for when you said how did football change my life?
Yes.
Oh well, I mentioned earlier that a lot of males go through this, but you go through that time period where you're at that line of, okay, I want to be a hood guy, I want to be Mr. Gangster dude, I want to be the cool guy, or I want to be the athlete, and I want to be the coach of school. Luckily for me, football, it gave me that avenue to push me towards going to school and just doing something different. I always say that if I didn't earn a scholarship to go to Shippensburg and I got stuck in Harrisburg and stayed here, I feel like my life would be completely different. You know what I mean? And even then, I messed up so many times in my life and how I've had opportunity to learn from those mistakes. That, like, for example, when I was right before I went to Shippensburg, to be completely transparent, I freaking got caught at Bass Pro stealing bullets for a gun, right? Mm-hmm. Almost ruined everything that I was working for. You know what I mean? Like you got this opportunity, and what you getting bullets for a gun for? Lord knows what. And thankfully, I got caught. Like I thank God that I got caught for that, because who knows what would happen. Accidentally did something. You don't think sometimes things happen. Like, you're just a kid, and you put yourself in that situation where, like, you do something and you're next you're doing, like, in jail or something, because moment you're just an immature kid. Your brain isn't even fully developed yet. You just, before you know it, bang, and you just, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm thankful that, like, I got caught actually, and I was able to have that, like, wipe clean and stuff like that, and still go to school. But that's why I say that football really changed my life, because I wasn't thinking about college or nothing like that until I saw older guys like Jordan Brooks and Kirk Peters, and even people my age, Ashton Burno and Ray Wagner's, and those, getting those letters, and just the proudness that they had when they got those things, that pushed me to go. And if I would have got stuck in Harrisburg and didn't go anywhere, might have had a different story for myself.
Let me ask you this. Kind of change topics real quick. Housekeeping rule. Do you have YouTube on in the background? If so, I'm getting feedback, and it might be another tab.
No, I do not. No. Let's see what I can do here. Audio. No, I don't. Oh, this sound right here. I clicked on something that had echo cancellation. Can you hear me?
Yeah, whatever. That just got louder.
Is that better?
We'll see. We're gonna drive on. I know we coached together on started in coaching.
Oh, well, I got started coaching a friend of mine. His name is Terry. Terry, Coach Terry. Mm-hmm. Terry called me up one day to coach, and I didn't have any experience with it or anything like that. I just went ahead and did it. And boy, was that a time, because we weren't very good. Like, matter of fact, that graduating class of this year was our first group of kids.
Yep.
And I know the year before I got there, I don't think they won any games. And then we came, still didn't win any games. Mm-hmm. Next year, we won one game or something like that. And they were coming for Terry's head back then, but
I remember.
And I felt so bad, because it's like me knowing the game I'm looking at. I'm like, we have 10 kids at practice. We don't have enough kids. Like, what do you expect us to do? You know what I mean? We ended up getting some numbers, and got to the semifinals one year and the championship the next. But I really enjoy coaching. Coaching is so much like what I did as a behavior specialist at my previous job. We're just, football and life go so hand in hand together. Like, and that's something I really enjoyed and loved, was teaching somebody something and they're not being good at it. You know what I mean? Then they finally get it. You know what I mean? Like, when you're teaching a kid how to backpedal and fire out of their brake, and the first time they do it, it's just horrible, and they finally get it. And then from there, it's just popping from there. You know what I mean? It's the same thing like when I was working with juveniles. When you watch a kid struggling to deal with their emotions, through ways of how to handle a situation, and then you're just standing back and you're like, I'm looking into the classroom from the outside, seeing how he's going to handle this teacher right here.
Mm-hmm.
And he handles it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you watch him collect himself, remember something I said, or all right, let me grab this little stress ball, just squeeze this real quick. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just not going to. And when you see those moments, you pull that kid to the side, you tell him, yo, great job. I seen how that was. I seen that teacher yelled at you for no reason, and you didn't snap at her. You just held it down. I seen how you talked to her at the end of the class to explain yourself. And I love stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with football. When you're teaching them how to handle adversity, you get that penalty flag on you that you weren't holding. It wasn't pass interference. How do you react to that? You know what I'm saying? And when you get to react the right way, it's just an awesome teaching moment. And it's something I really miss because right now I'm currently working for the DLA, Department of Defense, and working second shift, and I can't coach like I would like to coach, and I can't like work with kids as much as I want to. So I'm missing that void, you know what I mean, that I had of that teaching aspect and seeing people like, you know what I mean, just learn from things that you taught them. But that's how I come again.
Yeah.
Coach, I see you, man. Thank you.
We got a lot of feedback. Oh,
that's my mom. Hi, Mom.
I'm being told. All right. So tell us, and the musician in this we started to be playing this little game. How'd you about
Hold on, you broke up. Can you say that one more time?
Tell us about your song Little Yay.
Oh, okay, Little Yay. So that's my first release, and we're still echoing a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of feedback. I think it's cool. It's in and out.
Okay. I'll turn that down a little bit like that. Oh, well, yeah, Little Yeah, that's just my first video. It's something I've been wanting to do music for so long, and just having the confidence to do so, you know, that was, you know, just that's always a thing when, like, I'm not the vocalist in the world, but I consider myself to be a hell of a writer. You know what I mean? So, Lil Yeah, finally got the confidence to, you know, put something out there. You know what I mean? Just put some music out there, and it was received pretty well. I came up with the idea, Lil Yeah, from Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie was on Vlad TV interview, and he was talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith situation with all, and he was mentioning what a little yeah was. So I just took that, it was creative, and just came up with the song, and I got my beautiful fiance to be the video girl for it. You know what I mean? I got lucky, I got a beautiful fiance, so I got a video girl for free.
Shout out to Chanel.
Yeah. Some more music to come real soon. Pandemic got in the way for a little while. I called Chanel the Corona police, so she wasn't allowing me to go to the studio as much as I would have liked, but we eventually.
So how did Corona kind of interrupt things that was going on? That I know you had projects going on. I know you had you've done poetry at certain events, but then coronavirus.
Oh man, that if you're just stuck in the house, you know, like it gave me an opportunity to be able to just create, but then, you know, experience and going out and doing things helps a lot with, you know, creating. You know what I mean? So that got in the way, and then I had wanted to drop my album months ago, but I couldn't get into the studio. You know what I mean? Like I could have went, but we can't really sacrifice that people's health, and not only my own. It's like my parents, Chanel's parents. Like you gotta be careful. Like so, it is what it is. So I just wasn't going to the studio as much. So it pushed the timeline back a little bit. But that's how Corona held a lot of people back. But some people came out stronger.
Yeah. It forced you to be creative in methods on how you got to work your craft.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So you got other songs coming. When can we see the debut of those other songs?
Next month I'll have a song called "Back to Me" coming out.
Okay.
Back to Me, and potentially another one in the same month featuring my nephew Dejor. That'll be a big song coming out. But right now I'm still just pushing Lil Yeah right now with the video directed by TJ Smith, the director.
How long did it take you to actually do the video?
The video, it took us like 2.5 hours maybe.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, maybe 3. It didn't take that long for it being our first time.
Mm-hmm.
Our director said that we did real good, like we were real comfortable, and I felt like I had no choice. Like this is my moment. Like I'm not messing up. I'm going to look as natural as can be, like confident as ever. And I feel like it came out. A lot of people say it didn't look like my first time, so
Okay.
I was proud of that. Like I was really in there, like getting my acting on. Chanel's not a big. She was real nervous, but she really did her thing. It was, did her job. It came out real nice. Yeah.
It looked real nice. It looked real nice. And again, for those of you who are jumping on right now, if you didn't see it, you can watch it on his page, which will be tagged. If anyone wanted to purchase the song, how would they go about it?
Right now, it's streaming on all services, so you can go whatever music platform you listen to, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Tidal. Just type in Hhym, Lil Yeah, LilYea, and the song will pop up, and you can stream it there.
Okay, all right.
Video, same thing. Type that in on YouTube, and you see me there as well.
Nice. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, man. I'm proud of you myself, just from watching you grow from a young man into a full adult with your many challenges. It's huge in our community.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For a long time since the weight room, man, but working out with Mr. Steve, you know what I mean? I was $160 back then working out with y'all, man. I was strong as an ox back then.
And it comes full circle. I mean, what was given to you, you give to the youth, and they'll watch you and continue to grow, and they'll give it back as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
What gives you the inspiration to keep moving on and to stay motivated and to keep working your craft?
Well, I'm very futuristic thinking, so I'm always thinking about the next thing. So right now I'm 31 years old, so I'm thinking about my kids, my future kids. So I'm like, this opportunity with music right now, I don't want to be the person to say, oh, yeah, I used to do music, I could have did music, this, that, and the third, and have nothing to prove for it. You know what I mean? I want to be able to prove that. So if my child wants to go on and do the same thing, something similar, I at least have some experience. You know what I mean? I could prove it. I'm not just running my jaws like I was this, that, and third, and had nothing to prove. Like, hey, I can show you right here. Look at this video right here. Oh yeah, and that's your mom right there too. Just look at it. You see that? You know what I mean? And just learn, man. One of the things is 31 is kind of old, technically, music wise, to make it in the game. And there's only not many artists that start this late make it. There are some like Benny the Butcher. He's an older guy that is started popping a little later, but I'm still chasing on. I still got it. Still got a lot of creativity, and my main goal really is to write for other people anyway. So I'm putting things out to show that okay, I can do something for myself and do that. But my main goal is to write for other people. You know what I mean? Because I really like writing R&B music, but I'm not the best singer. You know what I mean? So that's if I could sing, oh y'all be tired of me. Like, here he goes singing again. Or serenading this one and this that, but it'll be nonstop. But my pen I feel is pretty special. So if there's anybody out there, any male singers out there, or even female singers out there that need some songwriting help, holla at me.
There you go.
Say that again.
I said, and your shirt says it best. Depressor.
Yes. I got this shirt from a black-owned company. It's called what are they called? I don't know. You want to put it? I'll put it in the comments when I leave. I can't look at the tag, but it says depression. You know what I mean? But it's emphasizing to press on and just keep on pressing on. You're gonna go through some crazy things. I've been through my share of stuff. Just a whole lot of different things from football, not working out in school, from my dad dying in the middle of playing football, to just not being able to handle adversity, anger issues, just snapping out, just not being able to handle things the right way. And you just got to press on. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to, and press on doesn't mean you do it by yourself. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. You know what I mean? Pick up that phone, call somebody. Don't rely on yourself. You know what I mean? Often people think you just rely on yourself, and a lot of times that's when you fail. You know, you go to this, a lot of it turns into you relying on yourself. Next, you know, you're relying on drugs, and it's a downward spiral from there. So pressing on is something you just do alone. Get help. So yeah, that's why I wear the shirt today. It's a motivational platform, so put on my press on shirt.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you for sharing. Let me ask you this: if you could go back in time, what kind of advice would you give yourself 10 years ago?
Okay, don't go to Bass Pro. It's like, nah. Actually, that worked out all right, actually. But I would say to chase your dreams right now. You know what I mean? Like, don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait. Just like, don't come up with a plan and really chase your dreams. Like, what I'm doing now is something I wanted to do for years. You know what I mean? And you know, it's never too late, but at the same time, I do wish I would have started a decade ago. You know what I mean?
I understand.
But when you really believe in something, come up with a plan and really chase that. Reach out to people that have done it or doing it, and try to build. You know what I mean? And just never give up. You know what I'm saying? Just learn from your mistakes. Definitely learn from your mistakes because you're gonna make them, continue to make them over and over and over again. But eventually, you gotta learn from them. Like, I always feel like God, he'll, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're saved and all, and you'll have entry into his kingdom. But as far as what goes on here, like, you keep making mistakes going on here, like, it'll eventually bite you. And like, your life here, you're gonna have to pay for it while you're here. You know what I mean? So learn from your mistakes right away. You know what I mean? That's something I told a lot of the kids that I worked with, was that, look, learn from this mistake, learn from this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had so many kids. I've lost so many kids, like, over. I can't count them on 10 hands anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's past 10, and I've been working with kids over a decade, and it's like more than 10 people have, like, died from gun violence or have committed things or in doing, like, life in jail, stuff like that. And you know what I mean? I got family that can't come back to America because of certain things and stuff like that. And when you have an opportunity to learn from your mistakes, you gotta learn from them, because you're not going to get that many opportunities to rectify them.
Thank you for sharing. Absolutely. I know that's mistakes are a part of life. Having to build on those mistakes, learn stronger. I hope all that came through. I noticed. Apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Feedback out of the battle where it's coming from. I can't do anything about it. We're going to put on. Let me ask you this: is a story, a situation that has influenced you? Let's say your life is a certain way, and that story, person, or book, or whatever it may be, take the direction of your life in a more positive way. Can you share what happened?
Let's see. It would have to be, I had to say my sister, really. And my sister, she's like, just seeing them deal with the kind of adversity they've dealt with. You know what I mean? Like, to see my mom deal with the kind of adversity she's dealt with, like, that really changed it's like, man, I'm sitting here complaining and crying and feeling bad and being down on myself. And like, I have to look at what they have gone through and what they persevered through. You know what I mean? Like, a big moment for me was just seeing my mom cry because she didn't have the money to get to work or to, you know what I mean, do stuff like that. And every morning she got up and found a way to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that really, like, I'm seeing that, and this is a woman, like you're a man. You're a man. You need to man up and get through this. If your mom can do this, you can do it. If your sister can do this with a newborn kid at a young age and get a 4.0 and graduate and make all this money, like, you can do it too. You know what I mean? Like, your sister can have her own book. My sister Michelle has her own book. She can have her own book. You can do it too. You know what I mean? Just all those type of role models is really what, you know, motivated me and pushed me in that direction to keep on going and not go back down the other way.
Okay. All right. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. And I know there was a point when we were talking or texting back and forth with this week that you would like to give a sample poem or a little sample of your work. Now's the opportunity. The floor is yours. If there's anything or anything that you can put out there in the poem, go ahead. I'm highlighting Earl Timothy, aka Hhym, right now.
Oh, you see, I done got all nervous now, huh? A little short poem. Hopefully the audio is going well. The song is called, the poem is called No Perm. I'm big on natural hair. So this is for my natural ladies out there. It goes like this. Leave no perm upon your head. Leave a little time in your crown fall from your head. Each knot, each curl looks good on you, girl. African woman, you forgot that you're the queen of this world. Your womb stretched to give birth to us all. So them little stretch marks I'll never see as a flaw. And the way you snap back, it always leave us in awe. So when I'm walking with you, everybody says, "Aww." It's him.
All right. I see. I got to see you at one of Warren Ritter's events that was at the Legion a few years back, and you got to get up on stage and show a different side of you that I wasn't used to seeing at that time. So yeah. It's nice to know a person as a certain version of themselves, and you only see them as that certain version. And then when you see them expand or do something that within their passion, something else, and you see the talent come through, it's nice to see that too, because you don't always. It's like a wake up call that there's many dimensions of many people. And that time that I saw a different dimension of you, I'm like, okay, Earl doing his thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but poetry. I've always loved poetry. Like, the other day I was thinking, like, when did I start liking poetry? And I want to say it was in middle school, and I think his name was might have been Mr. Langston, maybe, or something like that. It was this really tall English teacher, brown skin guy, and he was he was muscly dude, and he had really tight t-shirts on. Tight t-shirts on, but that was when tight stuff wasn't in style though. So like, I was 5'8" with a 6X t-shirt on. He had on this super tight polo shirt, sweating all crazy under his arms or whatever. But I wrote a poem. I wrote a poem in his class, and it that kind of poetry and music, it goes hand in hand. So, and definitely shout out to Coach Ritter, man. That was a heck of an experience. I was so nervous because prior to that, I had been to one open mic that a friend had told me to come to, and felt like I did okay. And then when I went to this event, I'm looking like, there's all these people in here. There's all these adults in here, like, you know what I mean? And it was crazy. Talking about dealing with adversity, like I don't know if you remember, but my mic stopped working.
Yeah, I remember
working. And after a while, I stepped away from the mic and I just did it out loud in front of everybody. And I think that really kind of got the crowd a little bit, because then it was real personal and I had to adjust. You know what I'm saying? That's what life's about, adjusting. Like, what you gonna do when something's not working out? Like, you gotta find a way to make it work anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like I see my mom find a way to make it work all the time. You know what I mean? When things didn't go our way. So yeah.
Stepping outside your comfort zone and getting results. Absolutely. I remember that night. I don't remember if we were at the same table or if you were near me at the table. I know we were in talking distance because I thought you were there to actually enjoy the show like I was. I was spectating. I was cool. I was cool just doing this. time. And then when your name got called, I'm like, oh, he going up there. Let me see what he's talking about. And then I do remember the mic going out, and then you saw that adversity, and you had to go, you move forward with it. And I'm like, all right, look at my young dude getting it done.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm dealing with some adversity now. Just with as far as this is my first song and first video, like I don't know how to promote it or like how to really get it out there and stuff like that. When you're a songwriter from Lolo Harrisburg, like how do I get my song to Chris Brown? How do I get this song to Justin Bieber? How do I? So right now I just been shooting. I'm in everyone's DM shooting stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like I got a response from Gilly the Kid. He's like a former rapper, and he has his own podcast platform where he's interviewing some of the biggest artists in the game. Just seeing him, like when I have that day, I haven't been feeling kind of like down on myself, like, man, I waited too long or something, you know what I mean? And then just to respond and watch my video and say that, like, I see you, man, it's a dope. I shot my confidence to the roof again. All right, I'm back in my phone writing my next song, you know what I mean? So that's all it takes, just a little something to bump you up to keep you charged up.
Absolutely. I know. And I say the phrase, you're flying the plane as you're building it too. Sometimes you got the passion within you, but you don't know how to actually get from point A to point B or point A to point C. So while you're moving from A to B, you're just getting there. You're making it happen. You don't stop the grind, and things do fall into place. I mean, if you keep moving and you're consistent, things fall into place. You may not know where the North Star is, but if you keep walking in that general direction, you will get there. And the right people will come around. When what's the phrase? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. And we talked about a bunch of different things. I think the sound quality is a little better right now. Through the course of conversation, is there anything that I may have forgot to ask, or anything that may have triggered your memory that you would like to share with us right now? The floor is yours.
Oh, well, I told you before we got on. Very nice shirt. Okay, the one, the brown one or whatever that was in the prior episode, I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Right here, so then stay in this realm, man. You looking good. Nah, man, I don't really have anything else, man. Just check my music out. Okay, I see you, Coach Jim Beans. Okay, I'll reach out to Jim Beans. Cool. But yeah, just check out my song. You can just search Hhym Lil Ye on YouTube or any of your music platforms. Anyone that needs some writing, you know what I mean, reach out to me, and I'm down to connect. And I'm thankful for having me on the platform, man. It's an awesome motivational platform, man. I watched your episode with Nate Bubo. That's my guy as well. Somebody we went to war with, you know what I mean? And also the gentleman from the Y, that was also a good episode, man. Keep doing what you're doing. The platform's getting bigger, man. This is nice.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. I appreciate those shout outs, and stay tuned in. We got many more people coming. And I know for everyone, like you just said, to listen to your songs and ghostwriting and things along those lines, your information will be tagged above in the header for the replay. For those of you that kind of missed the first part of this live, or any information, you can reach out to him and get a hold of him, listen to the song. Make sure you support. Support's a big deal. And it goes a long way. Like you said, it's a confidence builder. It kind of adds more fire. It's like pouring gasoline onto the internal fire that's within you to get things done. So continue doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. I know this has been a successful live. We're having a good time. It was a great song. I appreciate everything. But you know why I do these shows, Earl?
Why's that?
I do these shows because I put on to put on. And I say that to say this. If you've got a business, a product, or a positive message, and you're looking for a platform to get that information out on, give me text me, inbox me, get a hold of me. I will schedule you a time I'll bring you in the lab. I'll tell everyone to get their pen and their pad, and we're going to have fun. Again, if you've got a business, product, or positive message. And like I said, this is the last show for the month of May. We're transitioning into June. The huge transition is coming up in July. I'm not going to tip my hand or let too many cats out of the bag, but we got so many wonderful things coming. So make sure sure if you're kind of on the fence and you don't know what you want to do, hurry up and get it in. The schedule does fill up quick. Things will be changing relatively soon, but I do like getting that information out there. Business, product, or positive message. I want everyone to evolve so hard and forge your own path. You know, I mean, be successful. Do your thing. Live your life the way you want to within reason. Of course, follow your passion. Do something positive for somebody else. Make the world a better place. Don't just sit back and complain. Don't just sit back and not do anything. Work your passion, just like you see Coach Earl right here. I know him as Coach Earl. I'm sorry, but just like you see Coach Earl doing right here. Bam, there he goes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm still Coach Earl. I'm always gonna be Coach E, man. I love seeing kids reaching out to Coach E, man. It's always Coach E, man. It's always gonna be Coach E.
That's how I remember. Yep. And thank you. It looks like your mom said thank you, man, for a great show. I appreciate your support. You raised a great son. He's on the show here. I got a special gift for him right here. You donate your time to come on the show. I donate. I show my appreciation and I give you a gift. So I'll make sure I get this to you relatively soon for giving me a great life. Yeah, absolutely. I got a special guest coming in the lab later this week, actually. I got another special guest coming in the lab. Do you know who it is?
Who's that?
You got to tune in and see.
Okay. I should have known that was coming. I seen you do that to somebody. I should have known.
Got him. But yeah, you guys stay tuned. If you have any questions or any comments, keep the comments coming in the comment section. We will make sure we acknowledge them and get that information out there. Coach Earl, thank you for coming in. Keep doing what you're doing. I look forward to watching you flourish. You and Chanel keep doing a great job. All right.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. It's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker, Coach Clee, coming at you saying peace. Everyone have a good night. Stay safe.
It's him. You.